This is my client, Lauren. She has crazy thick eyebrows. Look how long these eyebrows are. And she comes to me for brow shaping and tinting for many years. And at this point, I'm just exfoliating the brows, but I'm not gonna lie. I have a lot of fun brushing her eyebrows. Look at that top line. There's a lot of density that's missing in that top line. And you'll see more in a minute. But right now at this point, I'm just trimming. I'm using my finger to firmly press and lift on her brow bone. And I'm using my finger as a guide so that I don't trim too much. I want all the hairs to be at the same level, like a picket fence. I could always go back and trim more later. And I do at the end of the service. At this point, I'm just trimming those crazy long hairs, and I want everything to be trim. I like to trim before I start tinting because why am I going to tint hair that is going to be cut away anyway? And you're asking me why I'm going, you may be thinking why I plan on tinting, because look when I brush down. The line 1 and 2, that top line of the brow, look at the top line. There's a lot of space that needs density fill, right? So this is genetic. This is completely genetically how her eyebrows are. As long as I've known her, she's needed that density fill on that top line of the brow where you see me tinting right now. And it's not uncommon for someone she's of Middle Eastern descent. She has crazy thick long lashes, very thick crown hair. In fact, her hairline comes really low into her forehead. And in a minute, you're going to see me sort of tweezing hair out of her temple because, we want eyebrows to be like floating islands. But even though she has a lot of hair, she still has gaps in the brows, and this is just genetic. And I'm filling them in right now, obviously with temporary tint, but you can use a pencil, permanent makeup. So many options here, but she is content with the temporary tint. She comes to me about every 8 weeks or so, and it does the trick. Again, if you brushed her hairs upward without the tint, yes, it would probably mask that top line, but it just looks so much better when the lines are filled in. I want to create the best version of her eyebrow, and the best version of her eyebrow is to fill in where she lacks density.